Kenny Matthews, FridayNightGlory.com at Standridge. Head football coach Paul Ressa for Newman Smith. 15-10 victory over Creekview, and I know you're probably a little lost for words. Know the monkey's a little off your back against your arch rival over here. What did it feel like when you knew finally the zeros came your way?
I didn't know. I'm still having to look at the score just to make sure that the clocks are at 0 and we're up. But I mean, that's what Jay and I have done since he's been there. I mean, it's awesome. I love the man like a brother, and our games seem to always do this. You know, somebody's going to make a mistake, and we both made plenty of mistakes, and then there was just one mistake there at the very end and got a fumble, and we were fortunate enough to get on it, and things went our way. But the game was up in the air for 48 minutes.
Paul, I'm thinking for the last 7 years it's been that way. It's been a Maylock special. But you've been on the short end of it this time, a lot of times. But this time now you're finally on the winning side of it. And I guess in a rivalry game like this, it really is a play or two that may be the difference in the game.
There's no doubt. We always talk about turnovers being the big thing. And that happened. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot they in the first half. The special teams for them, their punt unit kept converting first downs, and we'd have some wacky bounces, and it hit our kid in the foot, and they get it, and they pounce on it, and they do a good job. And so Jay and his staff does a great job of coaching, so it was just based on who was going to make that last mistake. And it was fortunate that we were able to be on the right side this time.
And I think your defense kept you in the ball game, obviously, throughout. To hold them to 10 points, that's obviously a huge deal here, and it allows you to be a little latitude in your offense or whatever. You're not maybe forcing some plays because, you're a one-score play from being ahead.
Right. I mean, they were starting to eat the clock up. They were starting to do their power run game, and they were pulling, and we weren't chopping, and so they were manhandling us. They were running right up the middle, and we didn't really have an answer for it. Coaches did a great job, got them to the sidelines, calmed them down, and made a couple adjustments, and by alignment that helped us. And so we did some things that really came out good for us. But again, I mean, Jay and the offensive coordinator, and oh my goodness, I mean, we've been doing this too long, and it's the same. Rob and I said it to each other at halftime. Same old, right? Here we go again,
Well, you got to be proud about the resiliency of your staff and your bunch. I know it's a rival game, but I know the season hasn't gone the way we all envisioned at the beginning of the year. But to come out here with a pretty dang on loaded effort here tonight on both sides of the football, you've got to be pretty proud of that.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, everybody was playing hard. Their kids, our kids, and that's what football is, and that's what a good rivalry is. I mean, there was all of our kids. I mean, he suited like 34, we suited 34. We are pretty much identical, just in different colors. And look, if Newman Smith came out on the short end of the stick, that was still a whale of a ball game. I mean, it is what it is, and I would be hugging his neck, and just like I'm about to go do now. So it's fun to be in those games. Honestly, win or lose, it is a blast, especially when you get to coach against one of the guys that you call a brother.
Well, and I think that, your relationship with Klein, I think, is one of the appreciations that I have of this rivalry before, because I know being a Smith grad, it wasn't always easy to kind of root for Creekview, but now with FridayNightGlory.com and y'all's two relationship, it has built a bond between both schools, and that, from my aspect anyway, and I do love the appreciation you both mutually have for each other.
Yeah, and I think that spills over to the kids. They were playing hard, no question about it. Did it get chippy inside? Sure it did. That's a rivalry game, and that's going to happen, but there's a lot of respect coming out of our locker room, and I know there's a lot of respect from their locker room to us too. So that's what makes this game so fun every single year. So,
well, hey, Coach, why don't you do one thing we haven't been able the pleasure to do in the last 6 of these things? Go enjoy it with your team. We appreciate everything you've done for Friday Night Glory since day one.